Hello. Hey. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was so nice of you.
Okay. Right. So I've muted you all. Good. That was the welcome. How was it? Take a moment. This little whatever we did was not just a welcome. It was actually an introduction to the whole program. If you want to understand what Jagriti would be all about, or how will Jagriti work, and what will it give you, that's it. You just need to look back at the last few minutes, and that's what it would be. Making any sense to anybody? How was it? You have to share now. You have to, whoever wants to share, come on mic, please share. Just one request, when you are sharing, please start with your name, because with so many people, it's difficult to figure out who's speaking. So just start with your name, say I am whatever. Yeah, so we can slowly start getting used to your name. And otherwise, keep your mic mute, because otherwise, if you do anything, the sounds get amplified. I'm sure you can hear the whatever keyboard sound.
Hi, Ratnesh. Ishita here.
Yes, Ishita. Ishita, go ahead. I think you have to unmute your mic again.
Hi, I'm Nihali.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Hi. Yeah, it was very good. It was very refreshing, nice. I felt as if I'm in a school and I am singing with children and listening to new rhythm. Yeah, can you hear me, Ratnesh?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it was very nice, superb. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm more looking at, yeah, if you liked it, that's great. I'm more looking at of thoughts related to how does this give me an introduction to this program? More to that. So I'm saying this little activity was an introduction or rather an overview of the whole program, Jagriti. So how does that, how does that connect for you?
Hi,
Each
this is
person is
Saima.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I guess this was a very different way of starting a meeting or a session. And what my intake from this is, this just means that we let go of our inhibitions and set ourselves free, and just be in the moment and enjoy what the current moment is. So that's what I take away from this little bit of introduction that you have
Okay,
given
let
us.
go is one keyword I pick up.
Hi, Preeti here.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Preeti here. So what I realized is we should be in the moment, and as much as we give, we receive. So if I was in a different, if I was in the tune, and someone else was also coming into the tune, so it was about collaborating, and it was about me giving as much as I can, so that I could receive as much as I did give.
Okay.
Hi Ratnesh, can you hear me? This is Narmada.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Go ahead,
um,
please.
I don't know if you can see me. I think I can you see me? Is the video on?
Let me check. Okay, go ahead. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. This activity reminded me of the experience I had in the summer camp in Aarohi. Um, More encouraging all of us to be spontaneous, just to catch up with the enthusiasm of the others and just be in the moment and do things.
Okay. Spontaneity, be in the moment. Okay. More thoughts?
Yeah,
Hi.
being spontaneous.
Hi, Ratnesh. This is Sudhaya.
Yep.
So from this, my take is, each one is different. When we join together, we make a beautiful music.
Okay. Each one of us is
Hi
different.
Ratnesh.
Yes.
Hi Ratnesh, Pranita here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi
Please go ahead.
Ratnesh.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can hear you. Please go ahead.
actually, we all are different, that all fine, but we have child within us. So this
Okay.
music really brings out child, when you start, you start swaying, you really start enjoying. I think that it's a good start for starting a session.
Okay.
Immediately brings smile on my face.
Okay.
Hi, Ratnesh. This is Vishruti. I would just like to say this is awesome because it happened very effortlessly. I mean, even though I was stopped in between, the rhythm of everyone was so encouraging that it was very motivating in a way. It happened very effortlessly. We didn't. None of us are great musicians, but still, I think the sound ultimately we created was beautiful.
Hi Ratnesh, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Hi. It was very nice evening after preparing dinner and just having it, and then it was very nice. Basically, what I was music, the one which connects everyone, wherever you are, it connects everyone. So it was very nice.
Okay.
Hi,
Can I ask, request everybody to think how, what does this, so, okay, so you all liked it and all great, thanks. Awesome. What does this tell you about this program? As I told you, this activity is, yeah, all energy, everything is great. But it's the primary purpose of this activity was um, to actually give you an overview of how this whole program works. So I'm looking specifically of how you connect this activity to understanding how would Jagriti work. So I'm looking for those responses. Yes, I know you want to share how you are, how you liked it, or how you did not like it, or whatever you are feeling. But let's move ahead and say, hey, how does this tell me how this program will work?
Hi,
Okay.
hi, Chitra here.
Yes, Suchita.
Yes. So I feel this was a like it is full of surprises. Jagriti is, because I never thought that you will ask us for the introduction with tapping the thing. So I feel that Jagriti, with each session, we will learn something new, which we can I don't know, new or something different, which is hidden within us, or something which will unfold within us to live something different. So if
Okay.
you see different, and because it was full of surprise, like I never thought, I was thinking for a while what to do, how to tap, and then I saw it was written that you can use your laptop. So with kids also, I feel we don't know what will be our next action and how to deal with
Okay,
them.
wait, don't get into kids and all that. No, wait. Yeah, let's just focus on overview of the program. Right. Yeah.
Okay,
So
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 the
realize
program
with so many of us and being online, we need to be crisp, right? So yeah. Thank you. Move
so
ahead.
yeah.
Next.
Yeah, Suchitra here.
Go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, I would like to say that I feel it is going to be fun.
Okay.
The only feeling which I had is it would be effortlessly you learn, and it is going to be fun.
Okay. Surprises, fun. More thoughts?
Ratnesh Akshat here. I think it's going to be very unstructured, crazy, and odd.
Okay. Okay. Unstructured, crazy, and odd. Okay.
I think we're gonna bring out the child in us.
Okay. Bring on the child in us.
I feel that might be it's an indication that there are different pieces lying across, and we need to kind of we're not aware about the different pieces around us, and we need to get them together to make one rhythm.
Okay.
So,
Interesting. Different pieces. Bring them together. Yeah.
I think, hi.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, right now, like it's a confused, same-minded freaks. I don't know what we are going to do. Yeah.
Okay. Confuse, different pieces come together.
I think here we will learn unknowingly. I mean, it would not be a conscious decision to sit and learn. I think the learning will become fun, absolute joyful experience in a way.
Okay.
I think it's something that would involve each of us and help us create a rhythm in our life.
Right. Involve each one of us.
I think we are expected to do things and do things that you do and participate along to learn from the program.
Okay. Expected to do.
Can learn different things from us.
Okay. Different things. Yep. I'm trying to randomly
Haima
put
here
it.
again.
Yeah, Haima, go ahead.
Guess it's got to be a team effort to make it a success. So
Right.
I
Okay.
guess it's also
somebody.
going to emphasize on the team effort.
Right. Somebody else also shared. Involve each one of us. Different pieces coming together. Yep.
Hi. I think it's about maybe recognizing your own beat first, and after that you recognize your own beat, and then you are more in tune with others beats,
Okay.
maybe out of chaos somewhere there is music.
Okay. So look into yourself and then look into others. Is that what you're saying? Something like that?
Something like that, yes.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Let's take one or two more thoughts.
I would like to say that the way you started this entire session, it seems like it is very organizedly unorganized. I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, you made us do something which didn't have rhythm in it as such, but the end product we came up with was something you you planned, I think, but we did it unknowingly. I mean, we learned something unknowingly. That is what my feeling says.
Okay. I don't know how to put that, so I'm organizingly unorganized. Okay, whatever. That was interesting. One last thought. Something which
Hi,
we
this
haven't
is
talked
Padma.
about. Yeah, Padma.
Yeah, what I feel is to create a rhythm, we are using different sounds or different instruments or whatever it is. Uh, the same way, to learn, we are here, and the instruments are all who are here to sharing their experiences.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, so different instruments. Okay, so you've got an overview. And I think all the thoughts kind of put together gives you an overview. So I really don't need to give you an overview of the program. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for the music, first of all. And thank you very much for joining me, not just in the music, but in the whole program. Somebody's mic is unmuted. You need to mute it, please. I think Padma, your mic is unmuted. Thank you, dear. Okay. So yeah, that's important because otherwise we get background noise. Okay, great. So let's kind of little move ahead. I also want to thank a lot of you, especially people who had registered a little earlier, not registered today, but earlier, have sent in their introduction of 250 words, and it was very, very interesting to read. So I'm hoping that others who have registered a little later would join in and send in their introduction, so we get to know you and get to know rather each other a little bit in a different way, in a written form rather than the spoken form. We typically don't have a formal introduction as part of Jagriti. That's not the way we do it. That's where the email thing works. What we do is get to know each other through various interactions like we did through the music. Yeah. So let's move ahead. Let's see what's up next. Yeah. Just one moment. Okay. What I want to do is tell you a few stories. Again, this is more to help you understand to some extent this program. And yeah, again, these stories serve as an introduction to the program and yeah, some of the ways in which we would work together. So allow me to share a few stories. Do you all like stories? If you like stories, give me a yes in the chat window. You can type a Y or a yes, whatever, in the chat window. If you like stories, if you like listening to stories. Okay, lots of yeses. So I'm going ahead, considering that to be go ahead. Okay, now some of these stories you would have heard before, which is good. Obviously, the story isn't so important, but what thought it leads to is more important. And as any story goes, there are obviously so many more ways to interpret or understand or learn from a story. Yeah. So let's go ahead with the first story. The first story is about a dog, or sorry. The first story is about a boy who had a dog, and he claimed that he has taught his dog how to sing. Yeah, he claimed that he has taught his dog how to sing. Now that obviously became a kind of a news, right? Everybody's saying, "Oh wow, he's taught his dog how to sing." So they kind of gathered together like how we've gathered together, and they put on a mic and all that and say, "Okay, let's have a performance." So And the boy brought the dog onto the stage, and patted and cuddled the dog, and then kind of got the dog to go ahead and do his singing bit. But the dog just did bow bow. Okay. Well, the boy tried again. The dog just did woof woof or whatever, bow bow. This went on for some time, and the public was getting restless. Hey, come on, where's the singing now? Come on, let's hear it. The boy tried again and again the same woof woof. Uh, and finally, obviously, after some time, the public was really restless, and they said, "Hey, what's going on?" So this boy comes onto the mic and he says, I did say that I have taught the dog how to sing, but I never said that he has learned it. He said, I did say that I have taught the dog how to sing, but I've never said that he has learned it. That's the first story. Your thoughts, your takeaway? Please use mic.
Smart boy.
Nice.
You should not assume things.
Okay.
Hi, Preeti here. So I would say it's about even though you can take a donkey to the water, but you cannot make the donkey drink the water. It's like that. So it's like you keep putting your efforts, but you're not sure if the other person is actually getting it. They should be willing to get it. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Neeta here. I think it is not having any expectations and just doing whatever you want to do.
Okay, not having expectations. More thoughts? Come on. Just unmute and share your thought.
I would say.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think you will be giving what you are supposed to give. It's up to us what we can take it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Once again, a request, say your name before you start. That helps people to start relating. We're still getting used to each other.
Akshat here. My takeaway would be that, no point in giving something if someone is not ready to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Vishruti here. I think I don't know, this entire story just related me with my question I always had, that why two siblings are different even though they are given the same kind of brought up. So maybe the receiver and the giver, it's a two different processes which are happening together. So the be different, the way you give and the way somebody perceives or takes it.
Okay.
Hi, it's Bharti here.
Yes, Bharti.
My takeaway would be like, even though the things are stupid or intelligent, people, there are people believing in you, and you can just, keep doing if you are believing it. Believe in it.
Okay.
Hi, this is Padma. My takeaway would be like the teaching and the learning processes are two different processes, because whatever you teach, the other, whatever he wants to take it, he takes it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hi, this is Priyanka. Frankly speaking, what I read out of this is that we have grown up too much and we just keep on complicating things. My first takeaway from the story is that he's a boy, he's a kid. He can say whatever he feels like. He's not an adult who can kind of manipulate things. So I like to keep it as simple as that. That he's a boy. He just said something and just he believed in what he's saying. What you interpreted is up to you. You know, he just said that I taught my dog to sing. Now you interpreted that the dog will sing. So his justification is also fine and his saying is also fine because he's just a kid.
Okay.
We unnecessary kind of read out of something. That's what I assume.
Okay.
Hi, Haima here. More on the lines of what she just said. The boy says that he has taught the dog how to sing, but every one of us know that dogs, of course, only can bark and cannot sing. So it was not right of the people to think that the dog is going to sing and assemble and wait for the dog to sing. And one other takeaway would be like you have to set your expectations right, because we can't expect humans to learn how to fly and fly like a bird. Of course we need the uh, sorry, I'll just start my video. Is my video on? I got a message that I need to start my video. Okay,
Sure.
so I'll just go ahead. So what I was saying is like certain, living beings, each of us have a capacity, and we can only do what the capacity entails us. So we can't expect a dog to fly, or we can't expect a human to fly like a bird. So we need to understand what is the subject that we are focusing on, and accordingly believe that they will be able to do what we won't expect them to do.
Okay.
My takeaway from this is from the dog's point of view, who is saying, you do what you want, but I do what I want. And from the my guy's point, the press point of view, is like the bars are now getting higher. You might even expect a dog to sing these days.
Okay.
Pallavi here. So my takeaway is that teaching is glorified.
Okay, interesting.
Sunita here. I think the boy is very smart. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I think not trying to teach something to a subject who might not be interested in learning. You're not even checking the interest of the person. What is he interested to learn, and dumping something that he might not be interested in. So it might not be his area, and we are trying to make him something that he's not. So we are trying to teach the dog who is not interested in learning how to sing.
Hello?
Yep, go ahead, please.
Ratnesh, this reminds me of a story about Albert Einstein. If you would allow me to share, it's something like that. I feel it's just smart thinking.
Okay, we'll leave it to the thought, not get into another story. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, smart thinking. What else? Anybody with a different thought? I mean, we have already had lots of thoughts.
This is Sujaya. Yeah, hi everyone, this is Sujaya. So what I feel is the boy gave an answer that he taught the dog, but the dog didn't learn. So the boy knows that the dog didn't learn. He already knows that teaching and learning didn't happen, it was not in sync and all that. So the boy, maybe he wanted to test how the audience would react. So given any statement, people will maybe blindly believe, and they will be willing to see it even before questioning it. So
I think this should be
what I
recorded
felt
and
is
broadcast. Yes, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suchitra here.
Yeah, I just want to underline. So just because somebody says something, and please include me in that somebody. Please don't believe it. I'm the little boy on the other side. Okay.
Yeah, I actually had another question. What was the boy's age? So maybe he just playing pretend play or something. Okay, from the audience point of view, it is like FOMO, fear of missing out. Something is happening. Let me see. me see something, another boy is doing something, let my child also do that. So that's kind of peer pressure or FOMO is picking up. So that is
Okay.
from the audience point of view, and from the boy's point of view, he knows that the dog didn't learn. He knows
Yeah,
from
yeah.
his answer.
Thanks.
So yeah, that's all. That's all. Thanks.
I think somebody else also had a thought. Yes.
Suchitra.
Yeah, please go ahead, Suchitra.
Yeah, I wanted to say is that individual differences are there, so people have different perspective for the same thing. And that is how the people, and it was something unusual, which is it's not regular that a dog is singing. So with that perception, people had gone that maybe something surprising may happen.
Okay. Okay.
Ratnesh, Pallavi
Okay.
here. Another thought.
Yeah, Pallavi.
Teaching and learning does not happen the way we think it happens. So you
Okay.
might keep on thinking I am teaching and the other person is learning, but that's not the case. So
Okay.
it's just a one-way process. Lot of time.
Okay. Can I pause here? Otherwise, we'll go on with one story. Let's move on to more stories. One thought that come to mind about this story is, who knows, the dog was singing. What we call as barking is possibly singing for the dog, right? So that's another way to look at it. Okay. Let's move ahead. Let's move to the next story. Yeah. Now, I may want to move ahead, but if somebody says, no, I must speak, so please do speak, right? You have all the right. So don't let me boss around you too much. So if you feel that you still want to speak, even though I'm saying let's move ahead, if you really want to speak, please do speak. Please unmute and say, hey, I still want my point to be taken, right? And that goes for all the sessions. Okay, so I will continue. If you want to speak, you can always interrupt me. Okay, let me move on to one more story. This story is actually a very popular story, so I'll keep it very short and simple. This is a Zen story or a monk story. There's this disciple who goes to a monk and says, hey, I've come from so far, and this and this, and I have this qualification, and I've held these positions, and I want to, and I'm really keen, and I've come all the way, and I want to learn from you. And the monk says, but I can't teach you. And this person who has come gets really surprised, and he again repeats the whole thing again, kind of requests, and the monk says, sorry, I can't teach you. And he keeps on doing this, and at one point, monk, to illustrate his point, he starts he picks up a cup of tea which somebody has brought for both of them, and he takes up an extra kettle, a kettle which is extra tea, and starts pouring into the cup which is already full of tea. And obviously the tea spills out, and then he starts walking away. And that's when the person who has come to be the disciple realizes something. He picks up his cups, puts it upside down, empties it, and runs behind the monk saying, I'm ready, I'm ready. That's the story. Your thoughts?
So Ratnesh, Pallavi here. Okay, I think someone else is speaking.
Yes, and request to Pallavi and people who are doing a repeat to let other people first speak. That's a simple request.
Hi, Ratnesh, Dimple here. What I learned from this story is that in case you need to learn something, you first need to unlearn what you have already learned and then go ahead and learn the new thing. So if you're already full with too much information, then you won't be able to grasp new ones. Thanks.
Okay. Different thoughts?
Hi, this is Neeli.
Yeah. Nearly, your voice is little breaking.
Hi, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, but your voice is breaking. It's not clear.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to try again?
Yes.
No, it's still breaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to check your connection. Just ensure that your internet connection is not being used by some other device. Okay.
Hi,
Yeah, Preeti.
Preeti here. So I want to say that the cup has limited capacity, so we must choose what it is that we want to learn. Otherwise, there is a lot of things to learn, so it will overflow.
Okay.
Hi,
Hi,
Haima here.
this is. Yeah, hi, ma. Please continue.
Okay. So there is a saying in Tamil by the great poet Thiruvalluvar. He says, "Katrathu kaiyalavu, kalladadu ulagalavu." So what you've learned is only a palmful. There is so many things that you still can learn. So never think that you are very learned just because you have like some amount of knowledge around certain things. So we just have to be open to learning at any point of time.
Okay. Somebody else also wanted to share.
Yeah, this is Priyanka. So,
Yes, Priyanka.
I think so. I'll go with almost the first person who said on the similar lines that if you're already too full, then you have limited space to getting new information. But to add to this, I'll say that if you feel that you have qualified in terms of some degrees, then you are kind of comparatively already at a higher level. Then your ability to take up new and fresh things reduces because you're so overpowered or over bored by your own qualifications that you feel that, oh, I know all of that, some additional thing will help me. So in that zone you'll not be able to get anything new. That's what I think. Yeah.
Okay.
It's happy.
Yeah,
My
please
point
go.
of view, like want to learn something, not only the willingness to learn something wouldn't allow you to learn anything you want. Even for the learner and for the teacher, or a mean some point must be met to start teaching something or start something new or something new. That's what I know. Both there is a requirement for something. Not only the willingness doesn't create anything.
Okay.
Narmada here. This story, the learning does not happen if there is no humility. This person, as he introduces, he tells about all that he's learned and all that. So he's not in a position where the teacher feels he's ready to receive anything, receive any knowledge. He's not having an open mind. He's already so full of himself.
Okay.
Yeah, hi. This is Padma. I believe in the same lines what Narmada, I think so. Narmada has said. First of all, when you want to learn something, you need to be in a position that whatever you have learned, whatever you believed in something, you should keep it aside and try to be try to be in a position to receive whatever new things are coming in, and try to reconstruct whatever knowledge you have, analyze the new things and reconstruct whatever you have known.
Okay.
Hi, this is Vishruti. I would like to say that believing itself that I don't know will start the process of learning. The moment I feel that I already know, I think the learning stops. So I don't know, I heard it somewhere in a video that the solution of any problem is to know first that there is a problem. So it is similarly like that.
Okay. Anybody with a totally different kind of a take from this? Yeah.
Hi, Ratnesh. Nandita here.
Yeah.
I actually think, from the monk's point of view, he wanted to check whether the person is really ready to learn. Only when he was ready to accept or learn, that's when he wanted to teach him. So it is unless the he the recipient of who whatever you're teaching is open enough to learn, there's no point actually teaching. So it is just you'll be feeding in more stuffs which just overflows their head. So there's no
Sure,
point
sure.
teaching with.
Yeah, that okay. So I'm saying that's what many of us have already shared. I'm more looking for somebody who's thinking on a totally different direction. Anybody?
I'm
Totally different take.
I'm thinking about making the cup bigger so that you will receive more.
Interesting. Interesting. Making the cup bigger. Okay.
Or might this is Priyanka, or might be there's one more angle to it that whatever amount of learning you already have, there is always the desire to learn more, or you always feel incomplete, and there is still, that feeling that I need to gain something else, more further, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So
hi.
observing
I have a bad throat, but I'm going to say this because I've been quiet for too long. I think that
Can you
I'm
switch
just
on your
thinking of
video
how
also so that we get to see you? That's how we'll get to know you in terms of your face also.
Okay. Hi. Uh, I was just thinking in terms of how interesting it is that uh, something completely changes when it's visual, it's a demo, it's kind of aesthetic, rather than a moral or a story. If something I'm thinking of the person who came as a disciple. Uh, I think it was just so interesting that he got a demo, so to speak. So that was what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me move on to one more story since Bindya brought about the aspect of demo. So I'm kind of excited to link it to my next story. So one last story, and then we'll take a pause from storytelling. Now this is also a story related to Zen, also a story related to a monk and a learner. There was this person who wanted to learn Zen. Now, Zen, for people who don't know, or people who know, is some kind of let's call it understanding oneself, philosophy, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, so way of life and so on. So this guy goes to a monk and says, I want to learn Zen. So the monk says, very well. If you want to learn Zen, I think a better person to teach you would be the old lady who runs a little tea shop at the end of the road. So this guy says, okay, I'll go to her. So he goes on to the lady down the road and he goes up to her and he says, I want to learn Zen. And the lady gives him a nice crisp slap on his face. Padak! And right in the middle of a shop where other customers are sitting and everybody is looking, and this guy gets a nice crisp slap on his face. Well, he kind of runs away. He doesn't stop there. And he goes back and is home, and he's like completely shocked. And he says, I don't know what happened to me. I just asked her, can you teach me Zen? And this lady is like out there to slap me. So anyway, he's too curious to know what has happened. So he kind of goes again, but this time in a disguise because he doesn't want to get slapped again. And he reaches her shop again the next day, and obviously he doesn't dare to go and ask will you teach me Zen. So he just goes and sits in a corner in her shop, and then he observes how she's making the tea, how she's organized her shop, how she's serving each customer, how she's interacting with them, how she's moving around, how she's doing everything in her tea shop. And as he observes her, he starts understanding what is Zen. Your thoughts? Yeah, not about Zen, but about the story.
Ratnesh, I think a lot can be learned through observation. So rather than somebody teaching you, if you observe, you can learn a lot, I guess. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, so one is, learn from observation. What else? I think this is a very interesting one. It will bring in many perspectives.
This is Neeta. I think you can learn through even patience. Maybe patience also brings up a lot of learning.
Okay. Observations, patience. More take on the story itself. You need not talk about learning. You can talk about anything about the story.
Hi Ratnesh, Preeti here.
Yeah.
So the lady slaps him when he asks for, I want to learn about Zen. So the whole process of shocking somebody, surprising somebody, and making them quiet and making all the thoughts stop and wait and observe, maybe that is the turning point for him, where he was running around and now he wants to stop and watch.
Okay.
Hi, this is Sudha here.
Yes, Sudha.
So I feel, it made him curious more than, anything else to learn, So that is my take.
Okay.
So as soon as he got the slap, he got very curious after that, and he needs, he wanted to, find out what is that,
Okay.
what is all about Zen.
Ratnesh, one more small thing, I felt it also made him more determined. He was quite determined to learn and he did not give up. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, hi, this is Padma. What I feel is the lady doesn't know what Zen is, but she follows. I think she follows all the principles of Zen. What he observed is what I feel is sometimes it doesn't need a fancy word to learn, or fancy word or a high degree person to learn something. It would be just in might be just your fellow partner or a person who is next door. It might be you can learn from them also.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Or fancy word attached to it.
All right. So point note kiya jaye. I don't know anything. Okay. More thoughts? Totally different take.
Hello, hi Ratnesh. I'm Nihali. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. For the
Nihali,
same, I think
do you
yes.
have a video which we can see you?
Hello. Yeah, I have on, but I
Yep.
think you can't see me. Can you see me now?
Yes. Because the name in our list says Galaxy, so we'll call you Galaxy for today.
No, thank you so much. So yeah, the story, yes, the thought that it came to my mind was you need to unlearn before you learn. That's what I think everybody has shared the same. But learning is very important. Though you need to unlearn and learn new things every day, but one thing that I understand is you always have an idea in your mind. But if you want a new idea to come into it, you need to share the idea that you already have and then put in a new idea. So sharing is important, point one. And the second one is unlearn to learn new things. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Priyanka. I feel that what I got from it that Zen, the definition of Zen for the boy was different, for the lady was different. Her involvement in her work was her state of Zen, might be. And what the monk asked the boy to do is might be, understand that achieving Zen is a process, might be something like that. And so first stage towards it to observe and see, and then might be start from that level. So something like that, that the state which you want to achieve differs from person to person, and you can take start from any level to to achieve that state of accomplishment or whatever, something like that.
Okay.
Ratnesh, Sangeeta here. Point one, the monk says, go to that shop lady and find out. So this guy goes there and he sees something and he observes and he assumes it's Zen. The shop lady might not know if it's Zen, and this guy also might think at the end of the point that that is what is Zen, but we never know. So
We never know what is Zen.
yeah.
Okay. Let's take one last thought. Somebody totally different take on it.
Ratnesh, Ishita here.
Yes, Ishita.
I think it's the story
Ishita, with
unfolds about
video,
surprise.
please. We are still getting to know each other.
Okay, I think it is about surprise. The boy went to the monk and he was surprised that he doesn't know, and he was again surprised with the when he was slapped. So and then again he was surprised when he learned what by sitting in the shop, like what the lady assumes it is Zen. So there is surprise. The story contains surprise.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ratnesh, I have a thought.
Okay.
This is Radhe.
Hi, Radhe.
Hi. See, actually, I think Zen has to be looked at as something, as a life. Like, it's not a subject. Maybe this guy has thinking about it as a subject and contacted a teacher thinking that she's going to make him sit and learn. So she wanted to make him understand that it's something to do with the life. So possibly whatever we learn, if we just see it as a life, so that's what she wanted him to see. So that's why the slap maybe.
So are you ready for another one?
Sure, always.
Okay. So for people who have joined in, Radhe did this program some million years ago. It's good to have you back, Radhe. Good to see you again.
Always, always,
Always ready to be
pleasure.
slapped?
Yeah. So no, in the process, if I could learn the Zen.
Right. So, yeah, sorry, somebody wanted to share something.
Yeah,
Narmada.
Narmada here. I think in order to learn anything, we need to take a pause. We are always running around, and we all need a slap to just pause and be ready to learn.
So Narmada is ready for a slap?
Ratnesh, this is Rashmi.
Yeah.
I feel it's sometimes important to be shameless, in order to learn something in a good way, though.
Okay, so are you all ready for a slap?
Yes.
Right. So that's what. So that's what we are gonna do, right? We're gonna whatever slap you, surprise you, shock you, stretch you, whatever, knock you. Definitely not answer you, be rude to you, be unkind to you. We'll do lots of things to you, and I hope you're getting the idea. So I need to take a permission here. So the permission is, would you allow us to do that to you? That's a requirement for the program, which I didn't write anywhere else. Right. So I want everybody to say that explicitly in the chat window. Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay to be whatever. You can just say okay if you're okay. To be done all of these things by all of us, not just me, but all of us together will pounce on you. If you're ready to be pounced on, if you're ready to be punched, please go ahead. Give us a nod in the chat window. Yeah, somebody might say, "Oh, lucky we are online. I wouldn't get actually slapped." But who knows? Now we have your city, we have your address. We can land up. So yes, it's inclusive of me landing up at your place and slapping you. Or you coming here and me slapping you. So that's like
Okay.
a prerequisite.
Ratnesh, a little more, a small thought again.
Yes, Radhe.
I just don't want anybody to stay complacent that they are online and they are not going to be affected by any of these, because you don't need a personal contact or physical touch for any of this to happen. I just want to
warn everybody.
want everyone here to be really ready, because you will undergo each one of these. Yeah.
Okay, so Radha is giving you a warning in advance. She's experienced it. Okay, thank you everybody. Right, so I think this is a nice time to take a little pause. I think I've introduced the program quite a bit. We'll share more stories as we go along, and not necessarily today, maybe some other time. Let's take a little breath. So maybe I'll just take a little breath, maybe just close your eyes for a moment, just say, hey, how are you feeling? And if you would like to, you share your feeling in the chat window, whatever you are feeling, just one word, not many words, just one single word to how are you feeling right now. Okay, thank you. Lots of feelings coming up in the chat window. Thank you very much. Few of you mentioned tired. I hope not tired of the session or the stories, but maybe tired of the day, possible. And maybe tired of the session also. If you feel that now's the time, we need a little break, I'm going to walk around, I'm going to have a glass of water, a cup of tea. So we don't really, so normally, typically we have one break actually in the middle, somewhere around 9:30. But we can have multiple breaks if people are feeling tired and want to have a break. So at any point of time, if you want to propose a break for the group, obviously the group should agree. So you can obviously interrupt and say, hey, let's have a little break, especially if you feel it's becoming too heavy. And since today's first session, if you're feeling, I've been too much wired to my device, I want a little break, I want to stretch out, you can always propose that. If you're good for another, let's say about 20 minutes, then we can have the break at 9:30, right? And that's assuming you're tired because of sitting in front of, internet and this little screen. If the tiredness is because of the day, yep, I know this is late evening time, so sometimes it can be little, you might need to just pep up yourself with a good cup of whatever peps you up, right, including a slap. Right. Okay. Rita says 9:30 is good. Okay. Fine. Let's little move kind of away from the stories as I promised you. And we kind of so these stories were more like an overview, the activity and the stories overview to the program, Jagriti program, and like an introduction to Jagriti program. And we'll refer back to these stories time and again. especially connecting with the learnings that you got from the story. But let's move on a little on to the topic that we have for today. And I'm not very sure if all of you could get time to look at the pre-session activities. You know, you would have got a mail prepared, these these activities before the session. I see some of you decked up with newspapers, but not all. From next session onwards, I'm hoping everybody would be able to do all what is written in that mail. And I'll be also sending you much more in advance. So that would really help you. So this was one little activity we had written to you, but I think it's anyway, since we've been sitting for quite a long time, it's good to do this. So let's do do this little activity right now. Even if you have done it before, that's okay. Go ahead. Please do this. Let me put it onto the screen. Right, the instructions are there on the slide. I hope all of you can see it. You have to do this standing up. So you might, this might just give you a little stretch that you have been wanting. Just follow the instructions precisely. Rotate your right leg clockwise and write a large 6, top to bottom, not bottom upwards, but top to bottom in air with your right hand. Go ahead, do this. Please don't comment yet on the chat window. Just do this. Okay. So I would obviously not ask the obvious question, as in what happened. More important is what are we getting out of it, out of this? You did this before, you are doing it now. What is this? What is this telling you? Don't say that the activity is possible, impossible. Let's leave that aside. What is it telling you, the whole thing? If you would like to.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ratnesh. I feel this is a right brain and a left brain activity.
Oh my goodness.
If I'm not wrong.
I have no idea.
Maybe. Okay. Maybe a left brain and a right brain. If we want to activate both the sides of the brain together, we need to do all such exercises with children.
Okay, forget
because
the
we
children.
do
Forget
all
the
these
children. Forget the children. There are just about 35 of children here. Anybody not a child here? So yeah. So let's not refer to some other children. We have got enough here. Am I right?
Hi.
I hope so. Yeah. Yes, Nikita.
Hi, Nikita here. And when I try to do it, I think my hand started going opposite.
Yes.
That's when I started writing 6. My right leg started going anti-clockwise, and my hand was going clockwise. So
right.
I think it's again connected to it, and we almost. I don't know how many of you all did that, but I feel it's a connection between the brain again that we are.
Yeah.
We shouldn't
Okay.
expect too much from.
So what is it telling us? That's where I am. Yeah, we all know what happened to us. It could be something to do with the brain. That's also okay. Let's assume our brains and bodies are all conged up. But what is it telling us?
See, I think what it tells us, to me, is when two things move in different directions, one ends up compromising.
Okay, not okay.
Or both are getting affected.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm specially asking this to people who did this before, who tried doing this before coming to the session. How many times did you try? And what happened? Could you do it, not do it? What were the thoughts after trying? Apart from, yeah, so what was the key thought running in your mind?
Hi,
Somebody already
Ratnesh.
wrote impossible.
Yes.
Yeah, but more thoughts other than impossible.
Ratnesh,
Yeah.
I thought with practice, actually, I failed a couple of times. I tried this in your pre-session, and with little practice, I thought I was succeeding. I got
Okay.
it right once at least. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Haima here. I too felt the initial few times were difficult, but later on it did click once or twice. So maybe it's just a point of training ourselves to do it. So if we keep practicing, it is possible.
Okay.
Hello.
Honestly, for me, this task was too easy. I've done it before. I was like, "What's the big deal?" It was my first thought actually.
Okay. You are on the other side.
Hi.
This is Priyanka. I feel that when I did the exercise, I felt as if the way you normally feel when you get down from a roller coaster ride. So the kind of feeling which you have, that's the feeling I had. But then it parallelly gave me that how boring I have become. That such a small thing makes me give that feeling. So frankly, that was my first opinion.
Good. You got a roller coaster ride for free.
Yeah, I just say such a boring person, such a 1 minute, so 30-second exercise can give me that feeling.
I suggest here. Maybe focus. It might be less focus while doing on this. Focus is important while doing new things like that. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. We can hear you. Focus.
Hi, it's Bharti.
Yes, Bharti.
My first thought was, how come my own physical body doesn't, with too much focus, doesn't allow me to do something which I really want to do, and I have to get it done, and that's what I make it done.
Hi, Neeta here. I was actually, when I was trying it, I couldn't get it and I started laughing. I was kind of, oh, I'm not getting it good, kind of a thing. I was really laughing.
Okay. That's very interesting.
Hi, Ishita here. I thought it is very easy, but when I was trying to do, I was not able to do it.
Hi,
It took
this is
me some
Padma.
time.
Hi, this is Padma. Throughout the process, the question in my head is, why do I need to do this?
Exactly. Why do I need to do that?
Hi, this is Sudha here. Hello. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
go ahead. Yes, go ahead, Sudha.
Initially, I thought, it's silly, but, after, I thought nothing is impossible, basically. If you think before, it's possible, then it is possible.
Narmada here. I was doing the 6 reverse from bottom and I thought I got it. Till you said, no, don't do it from bottom. You caught me.
Okay, so the question is, why were we doing this? Right? Well, why were we doing this? Well, let's see if it makes any sense to us. Let me share a little process with you, which possibly some of you, or maybe most of you, went through while you were doing this. So I'm trying to map a process that you all went through. It is actually related to when we learn anything. And I'll call this as a small learning activity. You're trying to learn to do something. And in this process, the first step was what is called as unconscious incompetence. In a sense that even when you did not know this activity, you did not know that you cannot do it. Am I getting it? So we were unconscious that we can't do this. It's like almost saying, hey, I'm like unconsciously incompetent about, let's say, flying aeroplanes. I mean, I just don't even give it a thought, right? I know I can't. I'm quite unconscious about it, right? I don't consciously think about it. So before you even read this activity, assuming that you have not done this before, you were unconsciously incompetent. Yeah, that's typically the first step in learning, right? Well, when we start from unconscious incompetence, we start becoming consciously incompetent, which is when you started trying to do it and you realize that, oh, I can't do this. So the mind started sending all kinds of words: impossible, too difficult, can't be done, right, left brain, whatever, right? Well, whatever it was saying, what you did realize was that you couldn't do it, as in you were incompetent, and you were conscious of this fact, right? So let's say if I take this example of, let's say, driving. If you have learned riding a bike or a cycle or driving a car, then before you started learning driving a car, you were unconsciously incompetent, or we all were rather. And when we did start learning the car, we suddenly, the first day we sat down on the driver's seat and, kind of pushed in the gears and clutches here, there, we realized how incompetent we were. Well, then some of you, for this exercise, started pushing. 3 or 4 of you mentioned that you went beyond conscious incompetent. You kept on trying, and maybe you started getting little competent, and you were very conscious. You're saying, yes, I got it. It's almost like if you have learned how to drive or how to roll chapatis or whatever you have learned in life, the first time you start getting it, you are like full of excitement, and you also know that you're very conscious of your competence. You're very conscious of what you have just learned, right? You're so conscious that first time when you drive the car, you look into the rear view mirror some 10 times, you hush up everybody else in the car, and you're like all tensed up, though you can still drive, but you're all very tensed up because you're all very conscious. And then finally, when you keep doing it over and over and over and over again, then as somebody like Sangeeta mentioned, just become unconsciously competent. It's just so easy. You just do it without thinking. It's like people who have been driving for years now can drive from point A to point B without even realizing that they are driving, and they're talking, they are looking around, they are listening to music, but they're not even, and they're driving, but they don't even realize that they are driving. Right, so that's a little process that we all go through, and I wanted you to experience this process. Maybe not the last step, but definitely the second step of conscious incompetence, and also the gap between the conscious incompetence and the conscious competence, where this little box that I've drawn. And to me, this box is very interesting. You're just trying this, and some of us, when you were trying this leg and hand thing, would have tried a few times and kind of, this is impossible, this is too difficult, or why do this, and just gave up. But realize the same thing, this band between the conscious incompetence and the conscious competence, that's the band of struggle, that's the band of effort, that's the band of frustration. That's the band where we feel like giving up in our life. Where we say, this is too difficult. Who wants to do it? Come on, leave it. If you've tried roller skates, if you've tried whatever, anything that you have tried, which is maybe playing a violin or something like that, and you gave up saying, this is too difficult. At least I've given up a number of things thinking, this is too difficult. There's too much of struggle in it. And that's typically between conscious incompetence and conscious competence. Now, why is this interesting? Now hear this out. Now, let's take a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, or maybe a 5-year-old, or a 6-year-old. Now, that guy or that girl is in that stage where she's struggling, where has to put in that lot of effort, where he feels like throwing away things. In a day, in hundreds of events, right from getting up in the morning to buttoning up his shirt, to tying her shoelaces, to reading, to writing, to making things, to drawing, to painting, to listening to teacher, to whatever, managing the school bus, to kicking the ball, to catching the ball, to you name it, to solving a math sum, to do a whatever exercise. I think they are going through this struggle in at least about 100 to 200 things in their day. And then interesting thing is they're still continuing to struggle. They're not giving up. What do you say? Think about this. What is a child going through every single day? The same kind of impossible wala frustration which you felt when you kind of gave up after doing 2-3 times and saying, this is impossible. And while we experienced it in one way, the child is experiencing it in, as I said, about 100, 200 things in a day.
But they don't give up, right?
Interesting, isn't it, that they don't give up?
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they don't give up. As far as I've seen kids around, they definitely don't.
No, I don't think so. My kid is concerned, she gives up. Like after a particular level, she's like, no, I'm.
Okay, but it's not. Wait. Before we go on to the giving up part, I want you to think about the 200 part, or the 100 or 500. I don't know how many things the child is there in that band of struggle, is in that band of frustration, the same frustration, the same struggle which you would have felt when you did it, and you realize, oh my goodness, I can't do this.
Yeah, that I agree. That they go through the same sort of struggle every day, and right from getting up in the morning and getting ready for school and going to school to doing
So the
homework
point
and
is,
sleeping, everything I
if you
agree.
start thinking from this band, if you start looking through this little frustration chamber, and realize, as an adult, maybe we are in that chamber, maybe in 1 or 2 things, maybe 5, but the kid is in 200, and then he gives in 5 of those. I think that's okay. What do you say? 10 of those, still okay.
Ratnesh, I have a different, like, I was just thinking that, see, the task which you told us, it was not possible, right? But the task which we tell the child to do it, which we would have already done it, right?
Hello?
So it is a possible task.
Hello. Who told you that it is not possible? In fact, Sangeeta just said that she can do it. It's boring for her because she can just do it. That's precisely my point. For you, it looks impossible. For the child, all of this looks impossible. Who wants to tie shoelaces? It's an impossible task. Precisely.
But I think, I mean, you need, sometimes they need the push also to get into that band of struggle.
First, okay, so here's a simple advice. Do it in 200 and then come back and tell me, are you ready for the push?
I was just
in a day, do it in 200. Be there in 200 activities. And then I will ask you, how are you feeling?
I get it. I mean, yeah.
I was just wondering how much as we parents add on to this, like try this now, do this now. I mean, how much more are we adding on to their trouble is what I was wondering.
Yeah, imagine if I would have sat down here and said, come on guys, try it, you can do it.
Yeah. And we think we are actually encouraging, but we are adding on to more of frustration to them. Trying to make them do this and make them do that.
Interesting.
I agree what she's saying. I don't know who was she.
Narmada here. I also feel bad for them actually. Anytime we
And
just
the task what he has done today, tomorrow morning he might not be interested in doing it. Today he eats with his own hands. Tomorrow he doesn't want to.
The only point I'm thinking about now is, yes, I agree, it's pretty overwhelming when we look at it from this point of view. But trying to play the devil's advocate here, what if that was an essential task or an essential learning for the life? As you mentioned, I don't think we can do away with tying a shoelace, right? But we can do away with doing this clockwise and anti-clockwise thing. I don't know, just playing the devil's advocate. I'm thinking about it. I'm not trying to reason out. I'm just thinking about that point.
Okay.
No, but this is Sujaya here. If not on this day 2, maybe on 10th day or 20th day, they will ultimately learn to tie the shoelace. It's not about just this task. Any task. It's not about just giving them 20 days or 10 days or 100 days. It's not even about teaching them. They will learn it eventually. Just as how they learned, say, taking in milk from mother or walking or whatever it is. It comes naturally.
Yeah, Ratnesh, Akshat here. I think I kind of agree to what she said. It's okay to give up. I mean, it's why is it that we have to learn everything and whatever we are trying to do? It's fine to give up, and maybe later on we may pick up and decide to do it again. So
Or
there's
maybe
no
buy
big worry.
shoes with Velcro.
Yeah. Or maybe just wear chappals, slippers. What's
Or
the big
bare
deal?
feet, even better.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's a good time to go for a break. We are all in that chamber. Conscious incompetence to conscious competence, right? So stay there in terms of the feelings and the thoughts, and let's have a little break. So in our style of doing it, we ask how long a break you want. And yeah, okay, so tell me how long a break you want. Give me some funny figure. Yeah, somebody type in the chat window a number, and whoever types first gets 5 minutes. Priyanka. Okay. Today I'll be a little more benevolent. Okay, 5, 10, 20, 10, 13. I'll take 13. I like that lovely number. Very lucky for me. Vishruti. Okay, so we'll take this 13. I hope everybody's okay with that. So it's 9:34 by my watch. Yeah. So by my watch, we'll be back in 13 minutes, right? You can check your watch. Right. You didn't do, please don't log out. Sorry. Please don't log out. Just unmute. You can switch off your video. Sorry, mute and switch off your video, and you can just on them after 13 minutes. Yep. See you soon. Thanks, Preeti, for reminding. I've started the recording again. Okay, so before we start, just a small thing. I put it in the chat also. Somebody's logged in as Moto G3. Please rename or just come on this mic and identify. And somebody is logged in as QCOM BTD. Yeah, I need to be able to know the people in the group, or rather verify the people in the group. Okay, once again requesting QCOM BTD. Who's logged in as QCOM BTD? QCOM-BTD. And somebody who's logged in as Moto G3. Just tell me so that I know. And yeah, next time, just ensure that you log in with your name.
Hi, Ratnesh.
Hello. Yeah. Somebody was speaking. Was that Prashant? Okay. Still somebody logged in as QCOM BTD, right? For, let me call it security reasons, I will need to know who the person is. So you can either identify yourself in chat or on mic. Yeah, whoever is logged in as QCOM BTD. I'm sure it's just a small user typo or whatever, or you have no, your mobile is logged in directly as the device name, but we need to know who is who. Hope you understand that. Okay, so I had just informing everybody, I had no other, I was not getting response from the person logged in as QCOM BTD, so I had no other option but to remove that person from the list. So just requesting once again, everybody log in with your name, and because I have your registration, I'm able to match it with that, and that's important. Which also brings me to a small but very important thing, that this particular program is based on a mutual, let's call it trust, that that we will all share a lot of examples from our life, about us, about our children, about our family members, and it's important that we share those examples, because that's how the whole the program is based on. It's not based on some stories that I have. It's based on the stories that you bring to the session, your pieces, as somebody said earlier. So it's important that we keep what somebody shares as within the group, or what is called as confidential. Yeah. If we start sharing it out, saying that XYZ was whatever, telling this about her child or whatever, then it will be difficult for people to share openly about their life. So the request it's not really a request, it's actually a requirement. The requirement is that we all do not share specific incidences or information that anybody else shares within the group. What we can share is our learnings um, from the program. So please do share your learnings, but please do not share informations, anecdotes with other people outside the group. Right? That way we can maintain the group confidentiality. So I need a little yes from all of you, or rather not even a yes, an agree from you. In the chat window, please type agree, that you agree to this confidentiality and you will take care of it, that you will not share stuff outside. Yep. And that would obviously make us all, open up more as we go along with lots of stories and lots of examples. Okay, great. So what we would be doing is we would be recording the session and putting it up on YouTube. Sometimes within the same day, sometimes it may take me a couple of days. Some of you know, but others would know that I live in a village and I'm operating this session out of village. So sometimes the upload, whatever, speed may not be so good. So give me a couple of days to upload the session video. The session video would be on a private list. Only you all would have access to it. So again, the request is please don't forward it to others outside the group. Let it be within the group. And you use it for your reference of when you miss a session or when you want to go back and listen to a part of the session. You are most welcome to do that. Right? So let's take care of that too. Right. So those were a couple of, let's say, logistical announcements. Right. Right. Anybody has anything you were saying? Let the break get over. I want to throw this back into the group. If somebody's like burning with a thought or a question, you can do that now. Else we will move ahead. Okay, Ishta's asking how many days can we access the session? Well, let's see, 9 million, whatever, X number of thousands, X number of days. As in, it should be there permanently till either YouTube dies away or something else happens. World War IV, maybe. Okay. Right. So if nobody has any thought or a question about anything till now, whatever we have been sharing stories and one little activity we did together now about the rotation of our hands and legs and the journey from incompetence to competence. If nothing else, we can move ahead, which let me do. Okay.
Ratnesh, I have a question. Ishita here.
Yes, Ishita.
No, in the last slide, you like somehow we felt that we are making the kids do something, some 200 things, and we are like there are 200 unknowns for them. So, like, why we are thinking the kids are or the children are incompetent? They are also individuals, right? They have their own ability to do it. So why we have to think that 200 unknowns are there for them and not for adults?
Well, I'm not trying to say, first of all, that they are incapable. Quite the contrary, we said that they, in fact, persist in 200 of those. So that's number one. I'm not trying to say that they are incapable. I'm not even trying to suggest that we pity them or sympathize with them. No, 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 no. I'm not even trying to say that as adults, we may not be in 200. If you are in 200, awesome. In fact, I would love each one of us to be in those 200 zones. And if you want to be, come over to our campus, we'll put you into 200 zones. Here, here all of us are in 200. what I'm trying to say is, let's just be aware of it. I think maybe not even saying that, just trying to become aware that, yeah, something like this happens. Um, like this happens, that we start operating as if the task ahead, let's say tying of shoelaces, is the only task, or even we forget this little journey. Forget even if we are in one task, if we know that we are there in that, let's call it chamber, or let's say that space where we are all struggling, and struggling is good, frustration is good, irritation is good. Just that awareness that I could be there, or the child is there. That's it. I don't know what it does to us. I leave that to you.
Okay.
But definitely not implying they're definitely not incapable, because they finally learn those 200 things. So it's, you know what I mean? So they're definitely not incapable. And they learn it in spite of all the all the bombs that we throw on them. Come on, wear your shoes. Right? They learn in spite of all of that.
One point, if I can add, the parent just thinks that so and so should happen so at this so and so time, but it does not happen for the child. I mean, the child also has his own schedule. You do this right now? No, they won't do this right now. So they have their own schedule. We have our own schedule. It's not, we cannot force our schedule on them.
Okay. So that's one more. And if you start using this perspective, then let's see what all, there are lots of other things that will come up. This is one aspect, that do we force our schedule on them? That's one. But there could be 100 more things that will pop up once we start looking from this neat little space between conscious incompetence and unconscious competence, and what all emotions one goes through when one is in between those, like a neat little sandwich. Okay, let's move ahead. So I want to play a piece of music. Just give me a moment. I'll just pull up the song. All right. And the invitation is that I want any one of you to volunteer to sing this kind of solo. Let me put that invitation first, right? So I'm inviting whoever wants to sing this song alone. Which song? I'm just going to play that song. So bear with me. First listen to the song and then decide who wants to be. Whoever wants to do that can. Okay, and somebody can let me know if in the chat window that you're able to hear the song. Just one moment, sorry, some problem. Houston, we are playing the wrong song. Just give me a moment. It has to happen, right? Something has to go wrong. Okay, just one moment. Okay, give me one more minute. Sorry. I need to make this work. Sorry, it's taking me more time than I thought. I thought I had all queued up the song, but something went wrong, like it always does. Okay, now let's see. Okay, let me start the song.
You want it, but you're never gonna get it. तेरे हाथ कभी ना पानी माने ना माने कोई दुनिया ये सारी मेरे इश्क की है दीवानी Hey you, I know you want it, but you're never gonna get it. तेरे हाथ कभी ना आनी माने ना माने कोई दुनिया ये सारी मेरे इश्क की है दीवानी अब दिल करता है हौले हौले से मैं तो खुद को गले लगाऊं किसी और की मुझको जरूरत क्या मैं तो खुद से प्यार जताऊं What's my name? What's my name? What's my name? My name is Sheila. Sheila की जवानी I'm too sexy for you मैं तेरे हाथ ना आनी ना 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 Sheila. Sheila की जवानी I'm too sexy for you मैं तेरे हाथ ना आनी
Okay, could you hear the song? Okay, great. Right. So who wants? So most of you heard. I think somebody in chat window said that you can't hear it. I don't think there should be a setting issue. You should just be able to hear it straight on. Okay. Right. Now that you heard the song, who wants to sing it? Somebody needs to volunteer. Right? Who wants to sing it?
I can do it. Just 2 lines.
Who's that? Your name, please.
Yeah. Hold on. Nandita here.
Okay. Nandita, you can go ahead. You can switch on your video and start singing.
Yeah. My name is Sheila, Sheila ki jawani. My name is Sheila, Sheila ki jawani. मैं तेरे हाथ ना. I'm too. What is that? I didn't get it right. My name is Sheila, Sheila ki jawani. I'm too sexy for you. मैं तेरे हाथ ना आनी. My name is Sheila, Sheila ki jawani. I'm too sexy for you. मैं तेरे हाथ ना आनी.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now that's the second invitation. Second invitation is whoever wants to, you can form a small group with Nandita and you can all sing together, Nandita being the leader. Or not necessarily the leader, as in a small group. So whoever wants to join can say, I want to join in the chat window. So that Nandita knows who all wants to join. Okay.
Yeah.
Nandita, you've got lots of people to join you, at least 5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, start. Give a 1, 2, 3 and start. And others who want to join Nandita, please unmute and join her.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I want to know. Starts with some other words which we can fill
Yeah,
in
the
because-
English lyrics I really don't know. So if someone knows, they can start with it. I just know from my name.
I have it in front of me.
We can sing the same lines.
Yeah, I think that's the safest.
We can sing the same lines. Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go.
My name is Sheila, Sheila ki jawani.
I'm too sexy
for
for
you.
you.
मैं
मैं तेरे
तेरे
हाथ ना
आने
आने.
ना ना
La
ना
la
ना
la la
शीला
Sheila,
है
Sheila
शीला
की
की
जवानी.
जवानी
I'm
I'm
too
too
sexy
sexy for
for
you
you.
मैं
मैं
तेरे
तेरे
हाथ
हाथ
ना
ना आने.
आने.
Okay, thank you. Now here's the next invite. And the next invite is for all to come together and sing with others. Right, so the invitation is to everybody. Please go ahead, unmute your mic. Nandita, just lead up, say 1, 2, 3 and start off. And as I said, the invitation is for everybody to join in. You can just sing those two
Okay,
lines. That's okay.
yeah. Let's start singing those two lines. 1, 2, 3, start. My name
My
is
name is Sheila, Sheila की जवानी. I'm too sexy for you. मैं तेरे हाथ आने.
My
Na na na
name
na na na
is
Sheila,
Sheila
Sheila
Sheila की
Jawani.
जवानी.
I'm
I'm
too
too
sexy
sexy
for
for
you. मैं
you.
तेरे
मैं
हाथ
तेरे
ना
हाथ ना
आने.
आने.
Okay?
My yes.
Thank you. Um, now the last invitation. And this invitation is a little different. This invitation is for all to come together and sing this song, Hum Honge Kamyab. Yeah, I don't need to put in the song. Most of you would know the song. Okay. So anybody can start. Just say 1, 2, 3 and start. And
1,
1, 2, 3 start.
3,
हम
start.
हम
होंगे
होंगे
कामयाब,
कामयाब. हम
हम
होंगे
होंगे कामयाब,
कामयाब.
एक दिन
होंगे
होंगे
कामयाब
कामयाब.
एक
एक दिन
दिन। ओहो मन
मन
में
में
है
है
विश्वास,
विश्वास. पूरा
पूरा
है
है
विश्वास.
विश्वास,
हम
हम
होंगे
होंगे कामयाब
कामयाब
एक
एक
दिन।
दिन. हम
नहीं डर
चलेंगे
किसी का आज,
आज.
नहीं डर
नहीं
किसी
डर
का
किसी का
आज,
आज. नहीं
नहीं
डर
डर
किसी
किसी
का
का आज
आज.
एक दिन।
ओ मन
ओहो
में
मन में
है
है विश्वास,
विश्वास.
पूरा है
पूरा है
विश्वास, हम
विश्वास.
होंगे
हम होंगे
कामयाब एक
कामयाब एक
दिन।
दिन.
हम
हम
चलेंगे साथ
चलेंगे
साथ,
साथ साथ लेके
ये
हाथों में
हाथों
हाथ.
में हाथ,
हम
हम चलेंगे साथ
चलेंगे
साथ
साथ
एक
एक
दिन।
दिन.
ओहो मन
ओहो
में है
मन में है
विश्वास,
विश्वास. पूरा
पूरा है
है
विश्वास,
विश्वास. हम
हम
होंगे
होंगे कामयाब
कामयाब
एक
एक
दिन।
thank
दिन.
you, thank you.
We shall overcome.
Thank you.
English version also.
Okay. Right. So what do you want to do now? We want to pause and kind of think what happened. Um, we started somewhere. We started with the first invite of one person singing. Uh, yeah, please mute your mic. Thank you. Right. So we started off with the first invite, which was alone singing that song, the Sheila Ki Jawani song. Then in a small group, then all together, and then all together singing a different song, right? And I'm sure that each one of you went through a different journey there in that little space of few minutes. What does this journey mean to you? What is this telling you? And obviously the journey was different for each one of you. So uh, and you can sense what was it for different people. I really don't have to share that. What is this showing you? What is this telling you?
Hello, Suchitra here.
Yes, Suchitra.
I would say that first song was unconscious incompetence for us,
Okay,
and the second song was
wait. Don't relate it to the thing that we just discussed. Just park it aside.
okay.
Okay, we've kind of moved ahead of that. Yeah, we did something. We thought of one perspective. We're kind of moving on. So think of it in a different way. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. My bad. So think of it in a different way. How? What is this one showing you?
Yeah, first song actually, in our childhood, my childhood, I've sung with my friends so many times that, any point of time, if I have to remember, I don't have to learn that. It's within me.
Okay, pause. I want to know what the whole process, what the whole journey is showing you. I don't want to know right now your experience. Yeah, each one of us had an experience. But what is the experience showing you? What is the experience telling you?
Yeah, Sujaya here. Each one is comfortable in one specific zone. So be it what kind of song it is, be it what vibes each song gets, or be it if it is a solo performance or a group performance, but each of us has a comfort zone. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, and what does that mean? If you say each one of us has a comfort zone, let's push that comfort zone a little more. The concept, since you brought in a concept.
Yeah, actually,
In the
the term
context of
comfort
words,
zone.
Sorry, let her finish, please. Yeah, yes, Vijay.
Yeah, the term comfort zone actually depicts two meanings. That is, one is one immediately takes puts their step forward if it's a comfort zone, and the next something beyond it is that we should take something outside our comfort zone as a challenge. So, what exactly the experience of singing each of these songs has brought to each one of us is maybe different, but I'm not exactly saying comfort zone because that term has highly different meanings. I'm saying each one is comfortable doing something at certain point of time. So that is how each one picked up. The one who picked up the first point felt he was comfortable doing it. Yeah, maybe I'm extending.
Okay.
I feel
Pondita, I'll prefer that you don't type in the chat window and you come on the mic, unless you have a mic issue. Yeah. So, yeah, we will use chat in a very specific way, not for sharing our thoughts. I like voice more. I like to hear you out more. Yeah. Sorry, somebody was speaking.
I feel it's a lot easier to do something when someone has already done it. It's harder to be the first one to do something. So it's easier to join as a group and then to do something
So, what does all that
where
mean?
everybody is
Easier
participating.
to do something, harder to do something. So, what does it mean to you?
we all are different.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, I think it is lot more. It lot more depends even on the likings. I mean, the first song I didn't like, so of course I didn't enjoy singing it. But the second song was something which is known to all of us. We have sung it so many times, and we all like it because maybe it has been introduced as a motivational song.
Okay, so one is liking, one is you are saying. Sorry, what was
We
your?
all are different.
Yeah, we all
We
are.
all are different.
So what does this mean? So we are all different. We all have our likings. So
I like to add that I feel that I assume that all the participants are from different parts of the country. So, irrespective from the kind of place we are attending this session, uh, all of us had this song in common and we could sing it. So, even though, different people are different in their own
so how
terms,
does
but there
that
are
matter?
some common things across.
Yeah, we might be not even knowing the language. How does that matter? How does that matter? What does it? That's exactly what I'm trying to say. What does it show us? Apart from showing that we are from different places, we may not know languages, we may not know lyrics, but is that the point? No, that's not the point. There's something else.
Something which we connect to might be somehow because it's associated with some part of our life, so we connect
Mm-hmm.
on common grounds or something like that.
Okay. Connect, interesting, relevant. Okay.
Ishita, Ishita here. I felt the second song we sang with more confidence because I was having the trust that many people will join me.
Mm-hmm. Is that important to you? So think a little more. What's happening? Why are we so keen or easily joining whatever the second one, let's say, while some of us were reluctant in the first one? I mean, what's going on?
Ratnesh, what I thought was I was conscious before I actually sang the song. I thought everybody would judge me or
Mm-hmm.
it's not socially acceptable. And
Mm-hmm.
the last song is where I felt very comfortable because everybody
Right. So what's
was
going on?
singing it,
All right.
and
Right. We got that. So what's going on? What does this mean?
Maybe we are too much conscious as to what others will think about us in terms of whatever might be.
Right? It could be anything. I'm conscious. I don't know the lyrics. I don't like the song. What does it all mean?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ratnesh.
Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Hello. Yeah. See, to be very frank, I did not like the lyrics of the first song, so I thought that I must not sing at all. And for the second one, as soon as you said "Hum honge
Right.
kamyab," oh
Yeah.
wow,
Sorry.
that's my
Take a minute.
favorite.
I want you to move ahead of this thought. Yes. So what? So what
Yeah.
does this mean? I'm still trying to get. I'm trying to get out of all of you. What does this mean? We all know what happened. You may not have liked it. You may not know the lyrics. You whatever. What does it all mean?
See, what I infer from this, it's easy to either follow someone or it's easy to something that we are already comfortable with, rather than, yeah. I mean,
So
it's
what does
easier
that
to
mean?
follow or.
yeah, Ratnesh, I feel that we always
Wait,
wait for people to
just one
lead.
moment. Just one moment. So, Sangeeta, what does this
Yeah.
easy mean to us? When we are saying it is easy to whatever X, Y, Z, what does this mean?
Um,
Stepping out
we
of
are
our
ready to
comfort
do
zone.
it. We are ready to do it. Or,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know.
Sure, sure.
We have some beliefs, this is good, that is bad.
Or we
Okay.
wait for somebody to lead and then follow them.
Neeta here. I think we're thinking about our image, that how people judge on us if we sing that song.
That could be one
That's
reason.
where we are.
See, all of these were reasons to either do it, not do it, or whatever. I'm still there as to what does the process mean to us.
Can anything be trained here? I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
thinking aloud. I'm thinking aloud.
Let me take a simple, one more example. Let me throw one more situation. Let us say that um, let's say a child is trying to open a water bottle and is not able to open it. Maybe the cap is a little too tight or whatever. Or he's twisting it the other way or whatever it is. He's finding it difficult. And he comes to you and says, and you're observing the child, and then the child comes to you and says, I can't open this water bottle. What would be your response? No, I don't share the response with me. Just think about it. What would be your response? And why are we responding in whatever way would our typical response be? And what does that mean to us? And how does that relate to this little activity?
Hi, this is Priyanka. I assume we can might be related to like that. Whatever task comes to us in the first go, it appears a little more difficult. But if we do it, keep on doing it, it becomes a part of us, or natural, or easier, or something like that. So might be once you have learned it, or started entering or entered that process, it becomes easier to perform that activity next time.
Okay, that's what we were talking, I would say, before the break. That part, that yes, we keep on doing it, it becomes an unconscious competence. We were talking about something little different here. We're talking about, different people shared, let me use the word which Sujaya used, the discomfort or comfort, a comfort zone, she said. So some of us said, I don't know the lyrics. Some of us said the lyrics were bad. Someone, the song itself was bad. Someone said, I wanted somebody else to lead, and so on. So those were different reasons to be, let's call it, uncomfortable.
I think Narmada here
Yeah,
that
Namrata.
we expect things that are difficult to do. We expect others to do things that are difficult to do or uncomfortable to do. Um, we expect others to do, and then once they do it, then we feel more comfortable. Like even the child asking us to open the bottle, the child probably tries couple of times and then asks us, immediately finds it comfortable to just hand over the difficulty to the adult who they think can do it easily. Of course, we get back to the child asking whether they do it themselves. But even in this scenario, we wait for others to do the uncomfortable or unpopular thing for them to do first.
Okay. So, okay, so let me put it a little differently. So where is learning? Is it when we are comfortable, or is it when we are uncomfortable? Where does learning happen?
Uncomfortable, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think the learning happens when we are comfortable.
I think, Priyanka, I feel when we're uncomfortable because you are comfortable because you know, so you are comfortable with the thing, and you don't know. That's why you will have to kind of, if you want to do a perfection, and you'll move out of your comfort zone, learn it, and then perform it. So I think so when you're uncomfortable, it's there when learning happens.
Yes,
I think an
I think
unknown task in a comfortable environment can only make learning. See, only if the environment is comfortable, the
Okay, we are not
task can
talking
be
about
unknown.
environment. We are not talking about the environment. We're talking about our discomfort with doing something. I'm assuming this was a comfortable environment. So, or even if it was an uncomfortable environment, I'm just saying it's not about the environment. It's about the task, or it's about me. It's not even about the task. It's about me. Am I in my comfort zone? Am I in my discomfort zone? Where do I learn? And why is it that I'm choosing? Okay, so first of all, we have to come to some kind of thought. Where do we learn?
For me, when I actually gave it a try, I wasn't comfortable doing it. I didn't know the lyrics either, I mean, properly. But I did want to give it a try. I was uncomfortable, but I wanted to try. So that was my experience. But only when I was uncomfortable and wanted to try did I actually wanted to do it right. So I think that was, I mean, that paved way for me to try something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's discomfort that we try something.
So when do we learn? When we are in discomfort zone, or when we are in comfort zone?
I think when we are in a discomfort zone, when we have the need to try.
yeah, I think when we are slightly discomfortable, when something becomes too complicated, we perhaps give it up. When there is a need and a slight discomfort, that's when learning happens. That's what I think.
Okay, I like this in between slight discomfort. And
Slight.
how slight is that slight number? So it's
I
interesting. If
think
you're
we
saying, sorry, yeah, somebody's sharing. Go ahead, please.
I think I think we would learn if we are comfortable also. For example, if child is giving me a bottle and I show him how to open it, or even he observes how I'm opening it, he's learning, and I'm sure the next time he won't have to bring that bottle to me. So the learning will definitely happen. I mean, I don't think not being able to open will make him discomfortable. He'll just ask for the help.
Exactly, I had a point relating to that. This comfort zone and yeah, for us, we cannot compare an adult learning to a kid's learning. So just because for us adults, I believe that we learn when we are not in a comfortable zone. But just for that reason, we cannot put a kid in an uncomfortable zone and expect him to learn. So when you ask the question,
But
when
interesting.
does learning happen?
Mm-hmm.
When does learning happen? You cannot compare a matured brain hoping so that every adult is matured. Even though adults are matured, the parenting is not showing such maturity. So we cannot compare a matured brain to a
Okay, wait.
still building.
Okay,
Yeah,
I never talked about children. Only one.
yeah, okay. So if this is learning is only about adults, then yes, we learn more when we are not
Okay, so
comfortable.
let's remove this reference called adults and children from the rest of the 11 sessions. Right? We are just a bunch of children or adult or whatever, human beings. I think that's a more neutral term. Right? Forget kids. When do we learn? And I
I
don't
feel
know, let's forget the matured part of it. I'm still not, so I don't know whether I can call myself as an adult or matured or whatever. But I can take it as that, let's see where is learning happening, or where would learning happen for me, and why am I choosing to learn something, and why am I not choosing to learn something, or being uncomfortable or being comfortable.
Ratnesh,
Ratnesh,
can I
Lavanya.
my point?
Yeah, please go ahead.
No, I'm asking, can I add on to my point? See, I was thinking if I have to sing this song, uh, uh, if if I'm alone, if I'm in my comfort zone, then I will try differently. I will work on it. If I'm going wrong, I will improve. So that is once again a learning. I will listen to it more. But if I'm in a public space where I have a fear of being judged, and I'm very very uncomfortable being judged, so I will not try also. Then how will I learn?
That depends
I
on
mean,
what you want to learn. Maybe you want to learn how to be judged and be okay with it. It depends on what you want to learn. I never said that we are going to learn the song. Right? It all depends on what you want to learn. The point is, where does learning happen? And I'm not trying to say it only happens this way or it only happens that way. I'm just trying to say, hey, where are we learning, and how are we, let's say, if I again use the terminology, how are we pushing ourselves or not pushing ourselves, let's say, from comfort to discomfort. And why am I talking about all this is because in some way we are trying to think about motivations. We're trying to understand what drives us. And on one side, if we are saying, hey, sometimes when we are uncomfortable, we learn, then that uncomfortable comfort itself can drive us, which can otherwise be called challenge, can also drive us. And sometimes the
Rat-
challenge may not drive us. Yeah,
Ratnesh, can I share a
sure.
thought? This is Radhay. Um, what I think was, being in comfort zone is, relating to the two stories that you shared with us, where the two disciples, they both were in quite comfort zone initially, that they could easily go and ask the teachers to teach them something, but when they got a slap or when they were denied, they got into this um, uncomfortable zone. Now they don't know what to do really, like or they are stuck. So that moment, maybe they really understood what they are supposed to do, and maybe feeling that discomfort would have just shaken them. I was just trying to connect it to those stories.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll pause this discussion here, leaving you with this. I'm not trying to give you a thought. I'm trying to give you a space to explore. I'm trying to say, hey, let us observe what happens to us, to people around us, how we respond to different comforts, discomforts, and how where we push ourselves, where we actually learn, where we don't learn. I'm just giving you that space, those windows. I'm not trying to come with a answer, because I don't think there is an answer that I have. But this is a very interesting space that we can observe. Forget everybody else, within ourselves. When do I learn? What do I learn? How do I learn? How comfortable I am, how uncomfortable I am. When do I raise my hand and join the group? When do I hold back? What does it do to me when I don't hold back? And so on and so forth. So the whole small experience was to invite you to explore the space of comfort, discomfort, and see what it does to us. Yeah. So because I want to also move ahead and give you a little different, or let me say, a very different perspective, right? So we talked about struggle, we talk about comfort, discomfort. Now let me talk about something totally different. But they're all talking about the same thing. Now this, let me relate it through a little story. And this is, in fact, a true story. So this is more like an incident or whatever. The story is about how dolphins are trained. Yeah. And you would have seen those dolphins performing either live or on TV or movies, and you would have seen that you might have even known that they're typically trained by trainers by giving them a fish. Yeah, whenever they do something that the trainer wants, the trainer would give them a fish even during the performance. Yeah. Now there's this one dolphin training school where there were a number of pools and number of trainers, and each trainer was training a group of dolphins. Now there was this one particular trainer whose dolphins were learning better and faster. Yeah? Now the other trainers were just trying to figure out, what does this guy do differently that his dolphins learns better and faster than our dolphin? What's his secret? So they went ahead and asked him, hey, come on, share your secret with us. And you know what he said? He said, look, I actually don't really go by the rules. We're not supposed to, kind of give them fish unless they perform a trick or something. But what I do is I give them fish just like that. Yeah. I give them fish just like that. And that was his secret to his dolphins learning faster and better. What do you say? In fact, before you comment, think about when was the last time, let's say you got a fish just like that. No, not literally a fish as in got something just like that, or when was the last time you gave something just like that? Not just to a child, don't think about children, think about anybody. Let's say an auto guy, a bus conductor. When was the last time you did something just like that?
Hey, hi,
And don't
Ratnesh.
share that with me. Don't share that with me. What I want you to think is, what is that? So what does this story mean? What does that do when we give just like that a fish?
Hi, Ratnesh. Preeti here. So, what you just spoke about is similar to a video which I recently saw. It was about hesitation, about if someone is scared to speak in public, and they are not scared to speak among friends. So when does it, that they hesitate for a moment, and that hesitation brings about this whole survival instinct in them, run or flight or freeze and all that. So it's about that you do not bring about that hesitation. You go with the flow. You want to speak, you go ahead and speak. It's that way. So I think that's what he's doing. When he's giving fish just like that, he's not training them to be to hesitate and to look for rewards. He's just the reward will come. You have to just go ahead and go with the flow.
Okay.
I even I had a thought that maybe it's just because we are too result oriented.
Mm-hmm. So interesting. What would be the, if you are saying, oh, we are too result oriented, what would be the opposite of result oriented?
Enjoying the process, which
Uh,
I think most of us miss out on.
yeah, but is that the opposite? Think about it.
No expectations, Ratnesh. I think no expectations. Just do your karma. That's it.
There shouldn't be competition. That's what I feel.
Hello, Ratnesh, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hi, this is Pallavi here. I cannot switch on my video because it's off from your side. But I would like to share that maybe because when you receive something and something is given to you just like that, you feel happy about it. And the more happy you are, you learn faster.
Ratnesh, I have a question. The last singing entire process, is that somewhere related to this? Because I'm yet not able to understand the logic behind a single person singing and then the group singing and then hum honge kamyab. I've yet not been able to figure out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we will come back to that. Not directly related. Nothing is related, but still everything is related. These are like
Yeah.
little pieces, I hope, which will make sense someday. Little pieces of jigsaw.
Yeah, this is Priyanka. With this fish thing, I feel what I might take away from this is like if you associate uh, rewards to your activity, then they become more of a burden and obligation,
Mm-hmm.
and there is no purpose. Might be the other people thought that the dolphins like fish, and might be this will motivate the other trainers were assuming that this will make the dolphin perform better, so did like that, but might be you know it led to mm, the activity who got associated with the gift, which didn't result in a good performance. So if you just kind of separate both the things and keep them individual, might be that will work better.
Yeah. Hi, Sujia here. So this is about keeping a person emotionally happy. So a person who is emotionally happy will definitely do better in life, not exactly in life, in any task. So when you don't look at the physical activity what the person has done and just keep boosting his emotional happiness, then that definitely makes a better person. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Emotionally happy. And how do you keep somebody emotionally happy?
Why not?
No, no, I'm saying how. How?
Yeah.
How do you keep, meaning, as in, is there anything else other than emotionally happy? Is there any other way of happiness? I thought happiness was an
Yeah.
emotion.
By not relating the rewards to the physical activities. It is one of the points.
Okay.
Loving unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
That again is the same. Unconditionally is yeah, physical plane and the emotional plane. Those two are separate.
Okay.
See, for me, the dolphins were relieved out of that fear of getting one of their basic necessities, which is the food. So, when a person is removed, when the fear factor is removed, especially when one of the necessities, bare necessities, is, holding back when you don't perform a thing, is when it affects their activities. That is when the fear of not getting the fish is removed from their head, they were able to do it happily.
Okay, let me put it this way. Let's not discuss too much about this. Some of this particular little thought, which has been one of the most amazing thoughts I've been exposed to, I can say, of giving fish just like that. Let's not discuss it more. My invitation to all of you is in the next few days, maybe few weeks, maybe few years, maybe few lifetimes. Uh, just do this. Let's do this and see what happens. Let's give fish just like that, and see what happens, right? Without trying to kind of, let's call it, intellectualize over it, that this might be happening, that might be happening, emotional happy, non-emotional happy. Let's keep all of that aside. Let's not give it any words. Let's give it some experiences. So my invitation to all of you is, in this coming week, let's start with the coming weekend, let's say not even week, do this. Give fish just like that to anybody and everybody around you, right? When was the last you distributed chocolate in a bus, when you didn't know anybody in that bus, right? Uh, when was the last you, whatever, gave flowers at a traffic signal? When was the last you brought something totally out of the blue, not even expected, for somebody who doesn't expect it, and so on and so forth? Meaning, it need not be physical. It can be physical. It need not be physical. It could be verbal. It could be anything. Let's see what happens. Let's not just do one or two random, what they call as random act of kindness, but actually go ahead and do a whole lot of them and see what it does. Yeah, does it sound interesting? Yeah, what I gave you a very, very simple example. You can even go on to another levels and more levels, and discover many, many, many ways of giving fish. I'm sure you can think of many, many more ways of kind of just giving fish to people. And then let's see what it does to us. Because we seem to have, I'm not saying you all, but I'm in general saying we seem to have a very clear concept of what is motivation. You ask anybody, everybody can tell you. Everybody's out there to motivate. In fact, they're too motivated to motivate. But we haven't really, or rather have we really explored this whole concept of why we do something or why we don't do something. Is it the comfort, discomfort? Is it the, somebody saying, emotional happiness? Is it the connection? Is it the relationship? Is it the struggle? Is it the frustration? What are these different beautiful aspects of what we call as doing something simple? I don't know what motivation means, but I know what doing something means, and learning something means. Do I make some sense? Somebody asked me, why did we do that? I don't know, but I'm trying to understand what it does to me when I'm uncomfortable. How do I look at that? What it does to me? Does it stop me? Does it push me? What does it do? Discomfort can do both the things. Fish can do, I don't know what it can do. What can receiving fish do to you? What can giving fish do to you? I guess more than the fishes and the dolphins, or more than the dolphins. I'm just trying to see what that giving fish did to the trainer. And what did that in turn do to the dolphins? You know what I mean? It's not just a one layered effect that is happening. Is it so? I don't know. So without more discussion, let's just, as I said, it's an invitation to explore and see what happens. Do all kinds of things, funny things, crazy things, amazing things, but give fish just like that. And there are many ways. In fact, once we sat down and made a list of 250 different ways of giving fish just like that. That was many years back. I do have that list still, but I'm not going to share that with you because you want to come out with your list. I don't know if it's if it's building good karma or joy. I don't know. You have to experience it. You give it whatever name you want to give it. Okay, let's do one small exercise, a quick exercise. So we're shifting away. So I keep changing these channels, right? So you have to just bear with me. Now, this guy seems to be very random. Yeah, that's the whole idea. If you move linearly, there will be no fun, at least not of this kind. So change channel, one last channel, or maybe two last channels. Okay, let's do a small role play. Let's say I'm a little kid who is about, let's say, 11 years old, and I've suddenly decided that I don't want to go to school. In fact, I don't even want an education. So I come up to you all. Let's assume you are all uncles and aunties that I have, or mother, father, whatever role you want to take up, but you are all part of my family. And I declare that henceforth from today, I am not going to school. Right? That's my declaration. Now over to all of you. Uncles, aunts, moms, dads, whatever role you want to play. I'm your 11-year-old. I'm saying I'm not going to school. I don't need no education.
So have you decided what it is that you want to do with your life?
No.
You don't want. Then what will you do in your free time when you don't go to school?
I don't know.
And
I am
would
figuring
ask
out myself what school
Would you
is really going to teach my children. So I don't know. I'm also looking
would
for
you
an
like
answer
to?
seriously.
It's a role play.
Yes,
Would you
talking.
like to come out? Would you like to play with me in a garden? Then, if you don't want to go to school, what are you going to do? Would you like to come out and play with me in the park?
I'll think about it. I'm not sure.
What made you
why don't
decide
you
this?
why don't you like school? You've been going to school. What is it about the school that you don't like? Why have you
School is
decided
fine.
you don't want education?
School is fine. I don't dislike school.
But then what
Yes,
made you
then why
decide
have you
this?
decided not to have an education?
I don't think I need it. I mean, it's a question
Have
of
you
me
thought
not
about,
needing it. Yeah, I don't think I need or want it. School is fine. It's a great place, awesome place. But I don't need it. I don't want it.
okay, so what is it that you want to be doing?
I don't
If you
know.
don't want to go to school, it's fine. What do
Yeah,
you want to do with your time?
no idea. Haven't thought about it.
Do you want to
So
discuss other
let's
options of learning?
Later, maybe.
Other ways you can do?
Later, maybe.
so then fine, let's do one thing. You take your time, don't go to school for 1 month, and after 1 month, if you still feel that you don't want to go or you want to go, then we'll take a call afterwards.
Cool. Why this one
But
month
within
thing? Why this 1 month thing? I don't want to go to school. I don't want to go to school. Period. Why
fair
this?
enough, I'm not asking you to go to school. I'm just saying that still I'm giving you one time schedule or a time frame to give me at least one reason as to why you don't want to go And if you don't want to go, I'm fine with it. But then what do you want to do?
But why do you want me to tell you why I don't want to go? I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Well, you cannot, this is the age that you have the opportunity to be free because your parents are supporting you until you become an adult. After that, you'll have to support yourself. How do you think you're going to do that
I'll figure out.
without an education?
I'll figure out. Till what age are you ready to support me? Till what age are you ready to financially support me?
Fine if you're
16,
not wanting.
Sorry, just one moment. Till what age? 16.
16,
So I've got 5
maximum
more
18.
years to figure that out.
So now is the time for you to get prepared to
Yeah, 5
support
years.
yourself
I'm
after that.
11. 16 you said, so I have 5 years to figure that out.
That's fine. You can take maybe a few months break
5
until
years,
you
5
feel
years,
ready.
5 years. Just now you
You want
said
to take
16. You said 16, so I've got 5 years to figure out how do I earn my living.
Fine, fair enough. Then figure out a dinner also tonight. What you're going to have because I don't want to cook for you, and I don't want to cook. But I don't want to cook.
Why?
But I will not give you a reason why I don't want. No, I don't want to cook for you.
Okay, fair enough.
Fine, figure out for me also because I want that you should prepare something for me today.
We'll see. Okay.
No,
There's no
I
such.
want a pizza. Please make a pizza for me today.
Okay, we'll see.
No. I want a pizza only today.
Yeah,
And you
you
are
only
going to make
want
it for
it.
me.
Now it's up to me.
Okay, don't worry. If Mama is not cooking, we are going out for a dinner today. Come, let's go.
Who is this?
Mama is not cooking. Fine. Let go with your auntie.
Nihani
Yeah.
auntie, I love you. She's the best auntie. Auntie of the aunties.
No.
What
Jokes
I
apart. But
Yeah, what I
yeah,
would like to
carry
say,
on.
Rajnish, is like if you don't, I know that you have very good explaining, convincing skills, and even your auntie Ishita also has lot of convincing skills. So both of us will study together. Anyway, school is boring. We will study together at
Study.
home.
What is this? I don't want to do any study.
No, but you said you are good. You want to study, but not go to school,
No, I
right?
never
So
said
we
that. Hello, wait. I never said that. I only said I don't want to go to school. I don't want any education. So why study, man?
No, this education part just now you are school
Yeah, I'm
only.
not going to do any study. Whoever gave you that idea?
Okay, we will play and learn the things together.
I don't even want to learn. Play, I will see what I want to do.
Okay, then what do you want to do now?
I told you I don't know.
What do you want to do now?
I know what I don't
You don't
want
know.
to do.
All right.
I
All
at
right,
least know
then
what I don't want to do.
Okay, you take a break and just remember I'm always there whenever you want to come back and talk. And we can talk
So
about
now
it.
the time span, it's always, no, not 16, no? We can go on till
Okay, this is
60.
Neeta auntie for you. This is Neeta auntie for you. Do you want to talk about what happened in the school which doesn't want
No,
me?
it's not. No, don't waste your time. It's nothing to do with the school. School is very good. It's a A
Okay,
plus
fine.
school,
You do
highly
one
rated
thing.
by the best school of India. Okay, pause.
Do you want to talk about why you don't want to go to school?
Okay, pause. So I want. We are almost nearing to the end of session. I'm notorious for overstepping. It's 2 minutes left. So what I want you to do is now go back. If you look at this role play, if you step back and see, there was so much of discomfort. Not in me. I was the only one in peace. Right? Everybody else was so uncomfortable with this whole dialogue. What was happening? I want you to think about it. Yeah, I just want you to take back this little role play, this little experience, and say, why was there discomfort? Maybe it was not in you, but in at least in others. But overall, why was there so much discomfort? Why was everybody so anxious, so worried with this child who is whatever, who is wherever, right? Who is thinking however. It isn't that he's very smart, he's just whatever. Let's leave about him. Look into yourself and see what is causing it. Where are we coming from? What is it? What are we thinking about? And why are we thinking in that way? So I'm leaving it very, very open, and I want you to think about it. because it's very interesting. One little simple thought process from the child has suddenly turned us uh, inside out, upside down, whatever. Yeah. So I'm just leaving you with that, with this discomforting child who obviously doesn't want to go to school and has no reason to tell and share. Okay, let's kind of, yeah, it's 11. Let me quickly, give me 2 more minutes. I want to finish it off with a little story. If you're okay with it, give me a quick yes. Let me step over with 2-3 minutes. Let me quickly tell you a story and say good night. Yeah. Okay. So there was this old, ugly hunchback, who could, a poor hunchback, and he was really teased and troubled by all the children in his neighborhood. He was a poor guy, and whenever he will come back home, children will shout abuse on him, sometimes even throw pebbles at him. Choicest of the abuses, they will tease him, they will humiliate him verbally in all possible different ways. And he was kind of getting tired of these kids, all the time, playing prank on him, abusing him, troubling him. So what he did was, one day he called all the children and he said, listen, come over, I want to discuss something with you. He said, you guys are too amazing, you guys are so good at abusing me, you're so good at troubling me. I think I want to pay you guys. So from today onwards, I will pay to each one of you $20 every day if you abuse me, if you tease me, if you trouble me, if you kind of make fun of me and all that. I'll pay you every day 20 rupees. Now the kids were really shocked. What's this going on? But they said, okay, let's try this guy out. Anyway, we are going to get $20, man. So they actually tried out, and they were surprised. Every day, the guy, as he promised, he would give 20 rupees to every child who would abuse him, who would tease him, who would trouble him. So this went on for a week, and then he called the kids again. He said, look, guys, I'm not a very rich guy. I'm a very poor guy. I'm not able to afford this 20. From tomorrow onwards, I'll just give you 10. And the guy said, okay, that's not bad. We can still buy lots of chocolates with that. 10 rupees is not too bad. So they continued. This went on for another week, and then he called the kids and he said, guys, I'm really feeling the pinch in my pockets. So from next day onwards, it will just be 5 rupees. And you could hear some groans, and some of them said, I'm not going to do this anymore. $5, can't do this anymore. So they left out, but some still continued. 5 was good for them. And then after 1 week, as now you can expect, he said, oh, 5 is also too much. I'm going to give you 1 rupee. And you know what the kids said? Nah, we're not going to do this at all. And they all stopped teasing him. Thank you. Good night. As I promised.
Thank you.
We'll see you on Tuesday. Till then, lots of mails will come to you.
Thank you. Good night. Had a nice session. Thank you, Ratnesh.
Good night.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Ratnesh. Good night.
Thank you so much, Ratnesh.
Thank you, Ratnesh. Good night.
Thanks, Ratnesh. Good night.